we take a separate Excel sheet. Okay, this is the first purpose of database when compared to spreadsheet. This is one of the most important interview question. First, they'll ask, what is database? You are going to say that it will store the data. Simply, you'll say store the data. Immediately, they'll ask, hey, to store the data, we are having hard disk, we are having the pen drive, we are having in terms of Excel sheet, CSV file, all these things now. Then what is the purpose of database? Whether you want to store in the hard disk or pen drive, first it has to be stored, the structured data has to be stored in the tabular format. Table will be already available in the Excel sheet. They'll ask the immediate question, why we can't use the Excel? It is very simple, right? Now, when compared to Excel, we can store more data in the database. That is one advantage. Second one is security. If I share you the some kind of Google sheet, okay, so now if you take already I have explained this one for you earlier itself, one more time. So if you go with the Excel sheet, some kind of Excel sheet of your choice, any Excel sheet of your choice. So for example, if I take like this something, okay, here I'm going to write the age of the column. When I write the age of the column, age can be something, any number. It can be in terms of something like this, okay, any number. At the same time, one of the person will write SRK also in the age. Even Excel sheet will accept or not accept, means it will accept. Even if you write dot 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 at the rate of yes, if you write also, it will accept. It will not work based on the column name. Excel sheet will accept any value irrespective of column name. Column name is age is there, a name of the person is there, or message is there. It will not check what is the name. Just blindly we can write whatever the things we want in that. Okay, dot 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 anything. Okay, so anything is possible. So here when it is possible of any value, whatever the value you are having, any value it is possible. Just we can go with this what are the data type. And now what is the advantage of database means we are going to predetermine the data type. When we predetermine the data type, what is the advantage means it is going to have with respect to less number of dirty data. That is advantage of predetermining the data type. Then this type of data cannot be inserted in this column. It will at least avoid something dirty data. I am not going to say that pure data you'll get, but compared to Excel, you'll get in the SQL less amount of dirty data. The dirty data or wrong data. Simple to say wrong data, right? Now, this is one. Second one, for example, after this class, I'm going to share you everyone some kind of Google Sheet. What is meant by Google Sheet means where it is open to everyone to enter the values. For example, I want in my batch for 9 a.m. batch only, name of the person and what is their email ID and whether they belongs to IT or non-IT. And second one, I want to know their experience and along with their phone number I don't want, that is their personal, so I don't want the phone number, and email ID, IT or non-IT, and what is the experience, whether they are offline or online student. And at the same time, I don't want the rating. Why I don't want rating as of now? Because still the course was not completed and we have not even completed any of the project. Now there will be no use. Once we complete the course at the end projects, and based on that, once I show you the resume and I compare with others, then you will see the advantage. Till that you will not find the advantage of the course. It will take time. So I know that one. So as of now, whatever we have done, so these are the details, initial details which I want. Later I will add a rating. Later I will add whether you got placed. Later I will add what is the company name and what is the salary. These things I will add later. This is initial data, and what I have done is I have created one table like this, empty table. Okay, sir, why 30 only? It is not like that. Just I have created an empty table. You can add the multiple rows as per your choice. Okay, now what I have done is I have given the same sheet to one of the students. I mean, I asked every student to share the details. What happens now? All the students are going to fill the details and they are going to send me, for example, Google Sheet is not there. What happens generally means the students are going to fill the data and they are going to send me in the mail. Once I receive in the mail, in this class 100 students are there, both offline and online. Now how many mails I am going to receive means 100 mails. Now 100 mails once I receive, I have to enter manually. I have to enter manually. Instead of entering manually 100 details manually by me, okay, what is the shortcut I'm going to do means I'll convert this Excel file as a Google Sheet. Once I convert this one as a Google Sheet and I upload in the classroom, it will be open to everyone. Everyone can add on their own. Now one of the student will select the cell and he will write his name as Siva and he will write his mail ID or SS something and he will write some non-IT or IT whatever it is. Okay, experience 0. Okay, 0 years of experience and offline. Now second person name is Rama and he will write his mail ID as Rama at the rate of something. He is IT and he will write one experience and online. Now one more student will come and he will write his name as Krishna and he will also fill the details like Krishna at the rate of something and he will write in terms of IT and he will write in terms of experience as 0 and he will write online. And after writing like this, he will go to the Siva and he will change the experience as 45. Why he has changed it means time pass. His character. Every student is not a nice person now. He is interested like that. By doing that type of cheap things, he is interested to play like that. His character. Okay, Krishna character is like that. Then what we can do? Okay, every person will not be a good person and to enter only his values now. Some people, oh, let us try like this. What happens? Let us see whether these people can identify or not. Let us check whether these people are having the talent who has changed that one. Let us see. Like that, Krishna has felt. Assume. His character is like that. Okay, now he has given the data. Now what happens? Next day morning, I will open everything. Once the data was filled, I will open and I will ask, hey Shiva, are you having 45 years of experience? No, sir, I'm not having that much. Then what is your experience? My experience is 0, but here you have entered 45. No, sir, I have not entered 45, sir. I have entered only 0, sir. Then I'll ask in the class, who has changed the Shiva's experience from 0 to 45? Now, do you think that Krishna will accept? I am the stupid person. Do you think that Krishna will accept that one? No, no. If he accepts, then why to change unnecessarily? I am the culprit. I am the stupid person. I am the person who will pollute everything. He will accept. No, no. Then how to identify? That is not possible in the Excel sheet, but that is possible in the database. That is easily possible in the database. Security. Who has changed, we can know. Whoever the person has changed, we can know. That is the advantage of database rather than Excel. Sir, now why to give, sir? Why to give to everyone? Because in a team, when everyone are working, how I can share that? If I share that Excel sheet, what are the Excel sheet is there? Simply if I click on the save button like this, and directly you can share the Excel sheet only, no, sir. Okay, I can share the entire Excel sheet for every one person. One person will enter one row only now. One student will enter one row only. Then I will get all the details separately. Then where I have to concat all of them? Should I create the data frame, pd.data frame, and should I pd.read_excel and I should load all the data frames, 100 data frames, and later I have to do the concatenation. Huh? Then what I have to do? So here tell me, my work has to be easy. For me, data entry operator is not there. For example, if I receive all the students separately, my data entry operator will enter all the details in the Excel sheet separately. I assume that data entry operator is not there with me. In that case, what I have to do? So Google Sheet. Now tomorrow, really the data is there and we all are working in a team. We 5 members are working in a team on the same data set. 5 members are working on a team. 5 members are working on the same data. 5 members are having the Excel sheet, which is open. means where one can edit that one also. There is an option for that. Then what happens in that case? So anyone can do any modification. Anyone can do any modification. Now, which person has done which modification? How to identify that one? It is very difficult. That possibility is not there. Now, similar way in the Google Drive. What are the Google Drive I have shared to you? What is the Google Drive I have shared is, it is restricted to the members of the Google Classroom. Second, you cannot add anything in that. Why I have restricted like that? What is the reason behind that? If I don't restrict, what happens? If I don't restrict, what happens? To add or to replace or to do anything in the Google Drive, if I don't restrict, what happens? If I give the permission for download, what happens? These are the two things. One, if I don't restrict, what happens means the students, if they find something new or something added or any additional function they have learned separately in the internet, what they'll do means they'll replace my pandas file and they'll keep their pandas file. And they'll think that we are adding one more function. But they'll forget that others will get confused. Others who are following the pattern and who are coming in the sequential order, your order, they may not follow. Already they have executed and they have done. Suddenly, if you bring a new one, what happens? Instead of bringing down the bottom, okay, because you are inexperienced in the training field, you don't know about the students. When they will understand, when they don't understand, you are thinking only from your point of view only. But trainer only will think from all the students' point of view. And experienced trainer knows that which student will behave pattern, and in the class, all the students, because he has seen the multiple students. So their understanding levels, and when they'll confuse or when they will have that one, all these things, those people can understand. Now what happens means when I give the option to edit or to replace, now one student will add one. Array, this is the new one, ra. This example you try, ra. Like that they'll start adding. And most of the people will get confused. Some students will get clarity. Out of 100 people, 10 people will get clarity, 90 people will get confusion. Assume. He will feel that no sir, 90% people will not get confusion. If you get confused means, who is responsible then? Can I say you are the responsible? That student is responsible. At the end of the course, can I say your name? No, na. Because the other 90 students are not paying the fees for him na. I should be only responsible now. Anything good may happen, bad may happen. Anything will be done for me only now. Now in this case, what is the right option? If really that student is very interested and he want to add some new functions and he want to add new examples to others he want to share, what he has to do is he has to send a mail to me. Sir, these are the things. If you share to other friends, it will be helpful for them. Then I will add. The same thing will happen in the company. Team lead is going to be the responsible. And juniors, they have to share everything to the team lead. They can't do on their own. Because he is the main person. If anything goes wrong in that entire team, he is the main person. That security is there. That type of security should be there wherever it goes. Now, one day, what happens means, if I give the option, one of the student will remove entire drive also. Delete option, if there is he will delete. He may delete. May. I'm not saying compulsory. May. Then who will be responsible? At least that student will accept I have only deleted? No. Now tell me, should I give the permission to the Google Drive for everyone to add the data, to remove the data or replace the data? What I have to do? Secure. No edit option. If you want to edit something, share it to me. I will edit later. I will add. If you want really interested to share to others, share it to me. I will. If it is correct and everything is genuine, you want your friends to learn something new, I will share. What is the problem? Finally, your goal is reached now. Okay. That is first point. Second point, in terms of what, if I give the option for download, what happens? Earlier in the previous 2 years back, one of the batch I have given the, in the starting stage of the Naresh IT, I have given the option for download. When I have joined initially in the Naresh IT, I have given the option for download. What happened means the students has downloaded. Okay, nice. They have spread to other students. That is also nice because others are also learning my notes. I'm also happy. If someone learns from my notes, I'm also happy. I'm not having any problem in that. But the problem where started is they have shared my notes. The students have shared that notes to other trainers. Now other trainers are using my notes and they are doing the things. Now indirectly I'm only increasing my competition. Now tell me, should I see? I'm doing something notes. I'm creating some notes or PPTs or something means it will be completed in a certain time now. So I have to work for that now. It is time only now. So for my time, money will be there now. What are the work I am doing for that? None of the person will do for free, right? Any work. Discussing with the friends, it is free, but work, it is not free. So we are going to do that work for money's sake. So when I'm doing something for money and I'm working for that and I want my students to understand this one, someone is copying my work as it is like that without doing any work, simply copy paste they are doing means, should I leave as it is like that? Should I ignore that one? What I have to do in this case? If students are learning, they're learning means for me also not a problem. But they're copying and they're dominating me or they're doing something for me means, then what is then should I ignore that one? And I have to think that I'm a Swami Vivekananda and I have to spread my notes and I have to feel myself that I have to work from day to morning to evening and I have to distribute for everyone for a free of cost. I'm doing some kind of seva. I have to feel in that way. No, na. Seva things are different. That I will do at free of cost only. Why this one I will do at free of cost? This is my business means. Now in this case, what we have to do? I should not give it download option. These are all called as security. Example for all these things are security. So you have to feel yourself that data is important means you have to give the security for your data. If you feel your data is not important, your time is not important, or your what are the notes you are feeling it is not important, leave it as it is. For example, today one person has copied from my things and he has robbed everything from me. Assume. What happens? He is feeling it is not a wrong one. Tomorrow one day will come na. Same thing will happen for him also na. At that time, he also should not feel. Today you are robbing from others means tomorrow someone will rob from you. Then it is also correct. Today you are doing something in the back end means someone will do for you also in the tomorrow in the back end. It is also correct for them. When you are feeling it is correct, doing in the back end, doing separately back end, what are the process, others also will do in the future. Continue. For me, no objection. I will go with only with the ethics and morals. Whatever happens, I'm doing good. I'm trying to give the good content to the students. That is my inner feeling. In the back end, who is doing something? Who is doing in the back end something wrong things? I don't want anything. Simply, I will ignore them. These things will be continued. For them also in the future, it will be continued. Same thing in the same way will be continued. Okay. Here, whenever we feel something important, security is important. Majorly, and which is having the advantage only in the database. That is not there in the Excel. And multiple tables. Already I told you that relational database. That will be connected only in the database. That not possible in the Excel sheet. It is possible, but less number of tables can be created. It is limited. But whereas in the database, we can create multiple tables to multiple tables. And data types. By adding the data types, what is the advantage they are going to get? In the Excel sheet, data types are not there. But in the SQL, data types are there. What is the advantage they are going to get? Means these data types will help to get the less amount of data, less amount of wrong data. And these data types are predetermined. By using the data types predetermined, so we are going to get. So what is the advantage of these two? Data types are predetermined and multiple tables are connected. What is the advantage of these two? Means to get the wrong data and to store the more amount of data in less space. Okay, these both are used for that purpose. The advantage of this one is this, the advantage of this. All these things are not available in the database. Most of the students, what they'll think is database is to store the data. What is the difference between Excel versus database means? It can store more amount of data. That is the only point they'll highlight. Only one point they'll highlight. But in the company, this is more important. For company people, second word is more important because data is more valuable. Okay, security should be given for that. Okay, next, database schema. Database, what is database schema means? How that entire database tables are connected to each other. It will be represented by database schema. Database schema tells how many tables are there, which table are connected to which table. Next, ER diagram. ER diagram is nothing but representation of database schema on a paper. Next, we have discussed about the MySQL database and how to install that one. And from there, I told you that SQL introduction. In it, SQL is nothing but structured database, structured query language, which is used to communicate for the structured databases. Okay, to do the various operations on the structured database. Something is security is there means, for example, locker is there. Locker is having the security, assume. For locker, we should know how to operate the keys, how to open the door, how to use the number lock system is there means how to use the number lock system. If something is there, that one we have to learn. When something was stored in the locker, similarly some data is stored in the database. So we should know how to access the data. Then we can communicate with that. If you don't know how to access the data, for example, you don't know how to open the locker, then inside the locker more valuable things are there also, you can't do anything. You should know how to access them. Okay, so introduction, that is SQL is used to communicate with the database. It is a language to communicate with the database. Now they'll ask, what is the difference between the programming language versus query language? It is a procedural language. It is a declarative language where we are going to declare what we want. And the data types, we are having the different data types. What are the different data types means? Char, varchar and enum, int, decimal, date, date time and timestamp. And next we have discussed the constraints. Constraints, keys, data types, all these things will help to get the less amount of bad data. Less amount of bad data. It will help to get. For example, if you give the default value, what happens means it will take automatically so that we cannot fill the missing values. Otherwise, what happens means we have to fill the missing values. Manually, we have to fill. So instead of that, it is going to fill automatically default with 0 or some number. Not null means it will not accept the missing values only. If it is more important column, it will not miss the not null, right? Like keys, different keys are there. Now, whoever wants to create the tables in the database, first they should know what is database schema and they have to draw the ER diagram. After drawing the ER diagram, second data types followed by constraints and keys. Once they know all these things, then they can start creating the database. Database within that tables. Now let us start with one by one by executing the queries. Now, how we can execute the queries means just you have to open the MySQL workbench. Now, what is this MySQL workbench means? So it is similar kind of IDE for SQL. How we are having the Jupyter notebook. How we are having the Jupyter notebook for Python. Even the Python can be executed in the command prompt also. Python command prompt. Similarly, here also we can execute this one in the command prompt in the MySQL command prompt also. So MySQL, say command line client. Even you can execute here also. For example, let me show you an example. So see here, first it is asking to enter the password and I am entering the password as 1234. After entering the password, this is the page which I am going to get. Okay. Now here I am going to write one name. Okay. Something like create database called as Siva. Create database Siva. And every query has to be ended with the semicolon. That is the syntax rule. And now we are going to execute this query. How to execute this query means two options are there. One is this one and one is this one. Now if you execute using this one, what happens means in this, for example, I'm in the line number 290, but above to this, so many queries we have already executed. Okay. Instead of deleting them, just I came down. So multiple queries are there. Okay. Now below some queries are there, above also some queries are there. How many queries are there overall? In this entire, how many queries are there? It is going to execute all the queries. If you click on this, from the starting till this line number 1285, how many lines are there? All the lines will be executed. Entire will be executed. This is entire. The meaning of this one is entire. Complete script. Now, if you execute this one, for example, here I'm writing the create database Siva. Okay, if I execute this one, only this particular line will be executed instead of executing above all the lines. Or for example, you are writing here something, here you are writing something, here you are writing something. Only these things has to be selected. Select these things and click on this, only those will be selected. What are the things you have selected and click on this one, those queries only will be selected. Or for example, you are executing only single query, then what are the line you are having, on which line it is there, that line will be executed. So I'm executing entire all the 1200 lines, or I'm executing only one line, miss. I'm executing only one line. See here, create database Siva. Database is created. It is a tick mark, means correct. Correctly executed without error. Now, sir, this is the list of databases. What are the databases are there? Or schemas. Database or schemas. Now, if I refresh here, can you see Siva? Before that, it is not available. Refresh. Once refresh. Siva. Like that, we are going to create the database. Now, here, now next one is use database Siva. Use Siva. Why we have to use Siva? Because what are the tables I want to create? In which database it has to be created? So many databases are there now. In which one I want to create? Or which one I am selecting, or which one I am using? So use Siva means it is going to select the Siva's database. Only this one. Okay. Now the same query I can write here also. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. So first I am entering the password in the command line client. Okay. Here I am writing create database Rama, because Siva already is there. Na? If I write Siva, what happens? Let us write first Siva only. Siva and enter. It is going to say can't create because the database is already available. Even if you write here one more time in the SQL workbench also, if you execute this one more time, copy and I'm pasting, and one more time I'm executing. See, because it is already available. This is also giving the wrong in the command line client also, here also. Now I'm adding here one more database, create database Rama, and I'm executing. So this is accepted. Now here it is accepted, and if you refresh here, can you see Rama was created? If you write in the command line client also, if you write here also, then what is the advantage, sir? For example, create. While create, spelling was wrong. E you have forgot. Database. Okay, Krishna. K-R-I. Chris. See, it is throwing one error. Now I want to edit. Can I go back to here and I can click on the backspace and I can do miss? No. Edit option is not available. But here, edit option is available. If any mistake you have done, something, okay, you are writing like this, Krishna, it is going to throw the error that, see, you are not following the as per the SQL syntax. SQL syntax is create. You have to use the create. Now, create database Krishna, okay. But the question is, are we going to use small letters and caps lock? I mean, case sensitive means it is not a case sensitive. Even you can use the small letters also. Even small letters, caps lock, anything is fine. Anything you can use, not a problem. Okay. Like, for example, I'm going to use create database, like create small letter. I'm using the small letters. First C is caps lock and remaining small letters, or last letter is again caps lock. Anything, not a problem. Anything you can do. It is going to add. So small letters or caps lock, that is not a problem. It is not a case sensitive. Is the point is clear? Like this, we are going to create the database. If you are not interested with the database, if you want to delete the database, drop database. And you are going to write here, what are the databases you want to drop? For example, I want to drop the KRI. So I'm just deleting them. See, KRI was deleted. If I want to drop the database called as Krishna, see, Krishna is deleted. If you want to delete in terms of Rama, like that, any database is deleted means inside that, what are the tables, what are the values are there, everything will be deleted. Is the point is clear? Now, so nothing will be left. Inside that, whatever are there, everything will be deleted. Something is there inside that. Okay, empty database might be, something might be inside, multiple tables might be, everything will be deleted. Nothing will be there. Right? Now, here three things are there. Point number one. If you remember in the Python, just let us go back into the Python once. L is equal to 1, 8, 4, 2. Something you are having like this. Now, in this case, first option, L dot remove of 8. Print L. If I print L, what happens? It is going to remove the 8 and you are going to get the output as 1, 4, 2. Okay. This is example number 1. Example number 2. For example number 2, once again, L is this one only. Now this time L dot clear and print L. What is the output of L? Empty list. Example number 3. Again, L is this one only, original L only. Del L and I'm printing L. What is the output? Name error. First object is deleted and print L means L is not available. Name error you are going to get. That object is not available. Name error. Right? Because this object is deleted. Now in the same way, within the database, we are having the table with rows. Now if I select any particular row, it is delete. Delete a particular row. I don't want any particular row. I want to delete all the rows. Table should be there, but rows, all the rows has to be deleted. It is called as truncate. Means what is the output it is going to give means empty table. Output of truncate is empty table with column names will be available, but values will not be there. And next one is drop. Drop means table also is deleted. The entire table is deleted. Table also will not be available. That is the difference. Right? Here, what I'm going to do means I'm dropping the entire table using the drop. What happened in this database or anything means I'm dropping everything means object only deleted. In the database, what tables are there, what values are there, how many columns are there, everything will be deleted. Like this, we are going to create the database and we are going to delete the database. Now, after creating the database, now we are using the Siva. So which of the database you are selecting now, that will be converted as bold letters. Which database you are using, it will be shown as bold letters. Now, from here, you are going to start creating the tables. Now, for creating the tables, everyone has taken yesterday some photo. Do you remember? Just open that. So in that, I want with respect to while creating, when you start creating a table, okay, everyone is okay with the create? Everyone are fine with the create? How to create the database? First database. Database creation is clear now? Now in the database, let's create the, let's start working with the tables. First step is create tables. Now in that, what are the diagram you have taken? The database schema diagram. Go to the schema. What are the database schema you are having? In the database schema, okay, within the photo, whatever the, I ask you to take exclusively the photo of this. What are the schema you have taken? In that schema, whenever you want to create a table, first ER diagram should be there. Without ER diagram, we can't do anything. As I have told you earlier, this is the database schema. If photo is not available, take one more time now. And the same thing is already uploaded in the PPT and it will be shared to you. Okay. And if it is as of now, first you take. In meanwhile, please take. If you have not taken earlier. If you have not taken earlier, please take now. One more time. If you have taken miss, okay. Done? Now, in this first we have to identify the parent table while creating. After drawing the ER diagram, assume there might be different situations, guys. I'm going to explain all the situations. In the company, when you are working in the company, there might be a situation where you have to create the database and you have to create the tables. Okay. Now, once you have to create the tables, second option is in the company already the database will be available. Already the data will be available and they are going to give the data to you and you have to analyze. This is another situation. And some people will give you the Excel file or CSV file. Directly you can load. That three situations I'm going to explain. If they have given the Excel or CSV, you know how to load in the pandas. Or if you want to store that one in the database also, you will know that one. I will show how to load. Generally, if they are giving the CSV or Excel file, we no need to separately store again in the database. If they want directly, they will only store and they'll give now. But they are not storing in the database means directly they are giving the Excel file or CSV means directly you can load in the pandas. It's very simple. That already you know. So here I'm going to show you remaining two options. What are the remaining two options means? One is if how to create the database day one in the business day one, okay, where you have to create the database and you have to create the tables. If you have to create the database and you only have to create the tables, then first step you should know what columns are there, what tables are there, and first you have to draw the ER diagram on a paper. After drawing that one only, you can decide everything. Without ER diagram, we can't move one step forward also. And after drawing the ER diagram, first we should know which is the parent table, which is the child table. What is meant by parent? What is the child means? A table which doesn't have the foreign key. No foreign key. That table is called as parent table. A table which doesn't have the foreign key. Primary key will be there. Primary key will be there common for every table. Foreign key will not be there. A table which cannot have the foreign key, that table is called as primary. That table is called as parent. This is parent. What about this one? This is parent or child. This table, sales table. Parent or child means child table. What about items table? Child. What about this company's table? Parent. Now why? Why it is called as parent? Why it is called as child? You'll understand in a simple words. I'll show you clearly what is the reason behind that. Now a table which doesn't have the foreign key is called as parent table. First step, first we have to start with the parent table. So first let us create this table. Okay, I'm going to show you how to create this table called as customers table. Where in this table, how many columns are there? What are the columns you are having? In the customers table, customer ID, first name, last name, email address, and number of complaints. Total 5 columns are there. Okay. Now for the customer ID, what is the data type we have to use? It is going to be float values. It is possible? No. So it is going to be int only. Within the int, if number of customers are less, means tiny int. If more number of customers are there, means like small int, medium int, or big int, as per your choice. Next, first name. What is the first name data type we have to use? Varchar. What is the last name data type we have to use? Varchar. Email address, what is the data type we have to use? Varchar. And number of complaints, what we have to use? Int only. Because it cannot be also decimal values. Number of complaints will be either 1 or 2. First, we should know what is the data types. Is that clear now? Now, let us go on and start creating the table, first table. How to create our table. And I'm going to share you this one also. What I'm showing, everything will be shared to you. Okay, don't worry, everything will be shared to you. And so here I'm going to create a table called as customers table. How to create a customers table means you have to use the create table. Create table. How you have used earlier? Create database, create table, and you have to write the table name. Create database and database name. Similarly, create table, table name. After writing the table name, bracket. In the bracket, if you write only one like this, I'm writing only this one. Company name. Okay, only company ID and along with the data type. What happens means one column will be created. If you want multiple columns, what we have to do is comma. First column, comma. Second column, comma. Third column, comma. Fourth column, comma. You can write everything in a single line. You can write in the multiple lines. Choice is yours. But whenever you write this semicolon, at that time the query was ended. End of the query, semicolon should be there. Till that you can write the query. The query can be completed in 1 line. The query can be completed in 2 lines, 10 lines, 20 lines, 30 lines also. A single query can be there. But that query has to be ended with the semicolon. Till that it is not ended. The query is not ended. So here I'm going to write only one column. This is only one column. Now, for example, okay, just as I've told you earlier, I am going to share everything. One by one, every notes will be uploaded for you. All these things and you can practice. See here, create table says. In this says purchase number int. How many columns are created means only one column in this case. Now, if I want to create the multiple columns, then what I'm going to do means, okay, here I'm going to create the multiple tables. First one is customer ID with tiny int and auto increment is the constraint. Choice is yours. It is not compulsory. That is your choice. Now, comma, second column. I'm going to add the second column called as first name with varchar of 25, followed by third name, third column, fourth column, fifth column, like that, 5 columns. Is this clear, everyone? Sir, why you have taken in the separate lines, sir? Anything I told, okay na? Finally, you have to close the bracket and use the semicolon. Then it is considered as single query only. Here in the here you keep the cursor and click on this. This entire query will be executed because this single colon indicates to this single query. Is the point is clear? So first column is customer ID with tiny int and constraint is your choice. If you don't want to give the constraint, don't give. If you want to add the constraint, add the constraint. And first name, last name, email address, and number of complaints. Everything is clear? After completing this one, now after writing all the columns, next step you have to take is primary key. Every table, one primary key is compulsory because to access the data later. Otherwise, we can't extract the data or we can't manipulate the data. I mean, modify the data. So compulsory one primary key should be there. So add one primary key like this. What is the primary key I'm going to take is customer ID. How you decided primary key as the customer ID? Because in the ER diagram, it is, I have taken here, this is the customer ID primary key and the same key will be used in the other table also. Okay. Now primary key And after primary key, if you want to add unique key, add. Otherwise, don't add. It is not compulsory. Unique key is not compulsory. Which are compulsory? All the in the data ER diagram, what are there? You have taken the photo now. Open the photo. In that, what are the column names are there along with the primary key? That is compulsory. Primary key and foreign key along with the data column names are compulsory. Remaining things are not compulsory. Is the point is clear? So should I execute this query now? In this table, foreign key is not there now. So let us execute this table. See, table was created. Now here in the Siva, as of now, table side, any arrow mark is there? No, I'm going to refresh. See, suddenly arrow mark has came. And once I click on the arrow mark, how many tables are there? One table is there. What is the table name? Customers. If I click on this, what are the column names you are having? Customer ID, first name, last name, email address, and number of complaints. Is that clear? This facility is available in the IDE. Command prompt, it is not there. Okay. Now, one table was created, completed. Now, let us see the foreign key. Okay. Now, let us add one more table. Open your again diagram, ER diagram. In the ER diagram, now I'm going to take the second one, second table, child table, this one. Now, let us connect these two. Sir, in this item code is also there, no sir. Let us ignore the item code. This is not there. This entire part is not there. Only this part is there. Could you draw the diagram please in the notes? Only this diagram. Left side you draw the table. This side you draw the table and connect only these two. Here you write the PK. This is PK and this is FK. Draw the table, two tables. Left side, this is the table where primary key, first name, last name, email address and number of complaints. This side you are having the sales where purchase number is the primary key, date of purchase, customer ID is the foreign key. Don't use item code, don't use below tables, only up to here. Only two tables are there. One table 5 columns, second table of 3 columns. Only two tables. Let's start with a simple example. Later, let us create the same kind of database schema. Whatever you are seeing on this one, let us create the same thing also. Completed? Two tables, columns. Okay. Now let's start with the creating the second table and let's see the connection and why it is called as child. Now you'll understand why it is called as parent and why we have created that one only first, why we are doing this one only second. You'll understand now. Automatically you'll understand now. So let us go to the table number 2 called as sales table. Table number 2. In the sales table, I'm going to add the sales purchase number, tiny int with auto increment. Okay. First, let me create only 3 columns. First step, what is the first step is? You have to create the columns. 3 columns are okay, everyone? Anyone having any questions, you can ask. If you feel that I have copy paste miss, you can ask. What I have done, first step, I have created a table name on the top. So in the ER diagram, whatever on the top is there, that is the table name. In the ER diagram, what are the 3 column names are there? That is purchase number, date of purchase with a date as the data type. Customer ID is tiny int. 3 columns are created. Everyone is okay? Online students, anyone has questions? 3 columns. Okay. After creating the columns, what I have told you in the above? After creating the columns, what I have told you? primary key. If you want, you have to add, it is compulsory to add one primary key so that we can access the data or modify the data. Now I'm adding the primary key. What is the primary key I'm adding is in terms of purchase number. Up to here also everyone is okay? Everyone? Anyone has any questions? Anyone has any questions? Primary key. Now in the ER diagram, primary keys are completed. So your first table, I'm drawing your first table here. Table number 1 called as customers. Heading is customers. In that customer ID, first name, last name, email address, number of complaints. And this is PK. Up to here I have completed. In the above, in this code, I have taken that one only. First I have taken the column, how I have written, while writing also how I have taken. First I have write the table name. After writing the table name, I have created the rectangular box. In that I have taken the 5 columns. After writing 5 columns, then I have added the PK. After writing 5 columns, I have added PK, or first only I have added PK. After writing the column names. Similarly, come to the second table. The way I practice also in this way only, by creating also same way only. So first we are going to take here, sales is the table. So what is the first one I have created? Create table sales, means heading was created. Inside that, purchase number, followed by date of purchase, followed by customer ID. Date of purchase, what are the date of purchase you are having, followed by customer ID. After creating like this customer ID, now what I'm going to do, PK, I'm going to give the PK here, primary key. After completing the primary key, with this part also completed. Now what is the next step is, these 2 tables has to be connected, means I have to draw one line, this one, this one. This is called as connection. How to draw this line? Means manually, not manually, in the inside the SQL, how to make means, first what I have to do means, here I have to take the foreign key. Foreign key, I'm going to set the foreign key as, observe this clearly, foreign key as customer ID. Foreign key as customer ID means this is in the bracket FK. Up to here also everyone is okay? Bracket only I have taken. I have not drawn still the line. Only FK. FK letter only I have added. After adding the FK, now here I'm going to take the references. Next word is called as reference. What is meant by references means, it has to be connected. This foreign key has to be connected to where? To the customers of customer ID. So here from here I have to draw the line to where I have to draw on means, within the customer's customer ID, I have to draw a line like this. To draw that line, first previously one table should be there now. If that table is not there, how I can draw? Assume this is my first table. The whole table is not there. This is my first table. And I have given here foreign key. When I have given the foreign key, reference I have to give. This is, assume this is my first table I have taken. I have started here only. To which one I have to connect? Another table should be there not to connect. This is my first table means to which I have to connect. So that is the reason first we have to take the parent table. Because child has to get connected means first parent should be there. Parent is not there means what child will do. Is the point is clear? So to draw the connection, parent is important. So that is the reason first we have to complete that table. Now the reason is clear now why we have to take that table only first. Now after this, you are going to draw the diagram and you are going to connect between them. What are the connections are there? You are going to give the connections. Simply you are going to make the connection by using the references. To which table it has to be connected. And you are going to add on delete cascade. What is the meaning of on delete cascade? Means in this table, if any record was deleted, related to that, all the records of another table also has to be deleted. Means, for example, my name is Shriram Krishna and I'm having one account in the HDFC Bank. And I asked my HDFC Bank team that delete my data. What are the data is related to me? I'm closing the account and related data. Now what they have to do means in the customers table, they are going to delete my data. Once they have deleted my data from the customers table, automatically it will be deleted in the marketing table also, SMS table also, and what email table also. Like that, if it is connected to various tables, what are the tables it is connected, all the tables it will be deleted my name. Which are the table it is connected. In the once I have asked the team to delete my data means it has to be deleted in the entire, other than transactions. But for transactions, if they delete my name, for example, if I go and ask my HDFC Bank to delete my name means, if they delete my name, what are the previous transactions I have done earlier, it will be deleted. No, that will be as it is. That table will not have the on delete cascade. For some tables, on delete cascade will be there. For some tables, on delete cascade will not be there. It is not compulsory on delete cascade. Remove this, still it will be executed. But without giving the, whenever you use the foreign key, without using the reference, it will throw the error. Can you see here slight red mark is there? Whenever you are using the foreign key, reference is mandate. Connection is mandate. So we have to add the connection like this. On delete cascade is not compulsory. Why it is not showing red mark now? That is constraint. Constraints are optional. Is the point is clear? On delete cascade and foreign key and how to connect the tables. Everything is clear now? Anyone having the questions? How to connect the tables? You can even add there itself. If you add separately like this, it will be more clear. Even here itself, you can add the side primary key. You are saying that side only, I will add the primary key. Options are there. Okay. So here, as I've told you, multiple options, when multiple options are there, we are selecting with respect to which is the easiest one, which way is the better one, where we will not have any kind of restrictions. Something will have use will somewhere you'll get again a problem, but here you'll not get a problem. Okay. Yeah. Is the point is clear? Why I'm writing like this? Because some people are completely new to SQL. For them, while writing the ER diagram, the way after writing PK and like that, they can understand. Now, is the point is clear? A key can be both primary key and foreign key means absolutely. A one key only can be the primary key. The same key can be used as the foreign key also. But when you are using the same key as a foreign key, that key has to be connected to the another table. Immediately it has to be connected. Without giving the connection, we can't use only the name as foreign key. Okay. A column, what are the column or field? A single field can be used as both primary key and foreign key. Is that possibility is there? Now, in the same way, now can you create a database schema for this diagram? What are the diagram you have taken now? Can you create the database schema now? For this, what is the first step you are going to do? This is the first table you are going to write. This is the second table. So this table or this table, any table is okay. Parent table can be anything. Parent table can be anything. You can start with this table or this table, anything of your choice. But after creating this table only, you have to write this table. After creating this one only, finally, after creating these two only, you have to come to this position. First, you take this one. Let us take an example. 1, 2, 3, followed by 4. This is one way. No, sir. I'll start with this 1, 2, 3, finally 4. First, you connect these two. After connecting these two separately, you write this one. And after that, you write this one also. Choice is yours. Sir, rather than this, let us go with in this way, sir. First, I'll start with this one, second one, followed by third one and fourth one. Anything is okay. But only one point is this table has to be created means before to this has to be completed first. Without doing this one, we can't do this. That is compulsory. First one 100% should be this one. After this, after two of them only this one will come. Otherwise it will not come, because here two foreign keys are there means two tables are there. Is the point clear? right? And some questions are unrelevant to SQL that I will take at the end. Online students who are asking the questions unrelevant to SQL that I will take at the end. First, let us focus on the subject instead of deviating. Right? Is the points are clear? Now, so this is your task. Create the database schema. This database schema. These 4 tables you have to create. Task 1 is completed. Now, second, task number 2. I told you how to create the tables and how to create the schema. Okay. It is executed now. After executed, let us refresh here. Now here, can you see 2 tables? Now in the table 1, columns are there. Side arrow mark is there. You have clicked and you have got the column names. Fine. Now side your foreign key also side arrow mark is there. I'm going to click on the arrow mark. Where is foreign key? Means what is the meaning? Customer tables not having the foreign key. No foreign key is opening now. Okay, the word foreign key is there, but if I click on that, nothing is there. Now come to the sales table. In the sales table, I'm opening the columns. 3 columns are there. Fine. After 3 columns, I'm opening the foreign key. See, can you see down one foreign key? Yes, foreign key is available. What is a foreign key means? Here, this, what are the customer ID you are having now? It is connected. Can you see arrow mark? An arrow mark is there. It is connected to the customer ID of which table? Customers table. So like that, you can identify here. Means, if already the database was created, we can draw the ER diagram also. If the database is available, draw the ER diagram. Now, for this, what we are going to do next. Okay. Here, I'm going to share you the one SQL file, which is this is the SQL file called as IMDb. This is your project number 1. IMDb dataset. IMDb everyone knows, which is movie rating. In this, almost records are 9 lakh records are there. 9 lakh records, rows. Multiple tables are there. One table consists of 4 lakhs. One table consists of 9 lakhs, like this. It is a real-time data. Original data of IMDb. Okay. Original data of IMDb, which is past data, which is having the right to use by us. Ongoing data we cannot use. We have to take the permission from them. But it is already the past data and which is having the legality of using the data. So that data. So IMDb data. So now I'm having with me SQL file. This is a SQL file. If you open this one, properties, it is .SQL. Now in the company, I told you earlier, we are having in terms of 1. In the companies, either you will create the database and you will create the tables as whatever I have shown you. When you are going to do this means when the business was started today, first customer is going to walk in. Then first time the data has to be entered means empty table should be there. And data has to be inserted. Now you have to do the analysis means analysis will be done on the new data now. No, now. Already the data will be available. That data we'll use. So here in the company, the database will be already available where the data is already stored and database admin will give the permission to you. And database will be connected to your system based on the IP address. They'll take the IP address of your system and after taking the IP address, they'll give the connection. Once they have given the connection, if you click on the refresh, their company's database will be available here. Till that, the database will not be visible in your laptop. They have to give the connection. So in the companies, they will give the connection. After giving the connection, refresh, it will be available in your system. In the companies, data is already available in the database. You are not going to create the database. You will not create the ER diagram. You will not create the tables. You will not insert the data. It is already available. Okay, in the company, data is already available. Is already available in database. Database admin will give the permission. Will give permission to access the data. Database admin will give the permission to access the data. How will give means he will take your ID and IP address and he will give the permission. Okay. Now here I'm going to share you the SQL file. Now how to load this SQL file means first you have to take the notes, clearly write in the notes how to add the SQL file. This SQL file also will be shared to you, which is of 150 MB. If you click on the properties, it is of 150 MB. Right? Now, sir, you are writing something in the notepad, sir. You are showing some some kind of this Word document and you are typing in the workbench. 3 of them you are opening means it is confusing. So rather than confusion, clarity should be more means what I'm going to do means even in the notepad, what I'm typing in front of you, everything will be added in the Word document, and that Word document only I will share it to you directly so that you can go through that one by one. Okay, entire notes will be in the Word document and the Word document, single Word document will be added. So notepad also you no need to ask separately. That one entire notepad I will copy into the Word and I will share it to you directly. Okay, now coming back to the IMDb. Now how to add this IMDb means first you have to open the MySQL command line client, only command line client, not workbench. Step 1, write in the notes, open command line client, MySQL command line client. Step 1. And enter your password. Enter your password. After entering the password, now here first step is create database. And any database of your choice. I'm creating a database called as Krishna. Some new database name other than what you have practiced earlier, customers and sales table. That other than that, this is separately you create a database separately. One more database, or you write this database as other name, IMDb. Like let's create the database name only IMDb. Create database IMDb. Use IMDb. In my case, Krishna. Use means now what are the things I'm going to do? It will be impacted on that database. Now I want to load the SQL file. This is the SQL file and this file has to be loaded. For that you click on the properties and copy the path. Whatever the path is there, copy the path. Okay, either from here or from here. Don't ask again question, sir, can I copy from here only directly? Wherever you want. Okay, and the name is imdb.sql file. So here, what are the things are there? Source. The command is source. You have to write the command source. After source, you have to paste the path. What are the path is there? Paste that path. Along with the file name. What is the file name? imdb like this .sql. This point only important. Write clearly. Source. Not possible. Zoom is not possible. Command line client never zoom is possible. Only one thing I can do is 1 minute. If you want, I can copy in the notepad. In the command line, in the command prompt, zoom is not there. Source, you have to use the source, is the command, space, source. After the source, what you have to write means path and backslash. After the path, backslash and imdb. What are the name is there? .sql. How to copy the path already I have shown you. Whether you have down in the downloads folder is there also not a problem. In the entire laptop, wherever it is located, copy the path, paste the path /imdb.sql. And once you write like this, see here, every time before writing this one, I'm getting MySQL. Can you observe here? MySQL, this one. Here you are writing something. Again, it is going the, once it is completed, again MySQL like this. In the Python also side Python will be there. Here MySQL will be there. Okay. Now here you are writing in terms of like this, which is nothing but source path. And once you have taken the path and everything, 1 minute. And after writing everything, just click on the enter and it will be added. Sir, like that something, so many things are coming now, sir. Wait. Sir, how much time I have to wait, sir? Till you get the, again, the option called as MySQL with like this. Till that you have to wait. Once you get that one, miss, again, the previous one was completed. Now you are having the right to execute the new query. When you will get the right to execute the new query, means once the previous query is completed. Till that, wait for the new query. Wait for that. So it will take around 5 minutes to 6 minutes. 5 to 6 minutes it will take. It depends on the system configuration and it will load it. The entire SQL file will be loaded. And this has to be done only in the command line client, not in the workbench. Sir, in the workbench I am doing, sir, it is getting errors, sir, don't ask this question. Only command line client. That is the reason I asked step 1, open command line client. Step 2, enter the password. Step 3, create the database. Step 4, use the database. Step 5, source. Okay, in that order only you have to come. Don't execute in the workbench. It will not work. And once it has loaded like this, okay, sir, loaded. Okay, in my case, it is loaded already. Okay, I'm just trying to open in the workbench. It is already loaded in my case. So in my case, what I have done is I have created the database only IMDb. The name only IMDb. Database name is IMDb. Everything is IMDb only. So I'm going to use IMDb here. Use IMDb. So the moment I execute the query, use IMDb. See, these are the tables. Multiple tables are there. Now I don't know ER diagram. Sir, so, what we are going to do now? First step, when you join in a company and they have given one database to you, what is the first step you have to do means you have to draw the ER diagram and you have to understand what is the database schema. Without understanding the database schema, we can't work on the data. Okay, your first step, whether you create or whether they give. Whenever you are working on the database, first database schema you should be familiar. What is the database schema? Schema means nothing but ER diagram. Without that, we can't do anything. That is a basic thing. Basic to the basic. Sir, here they have given the database connection like that. But now either the company people only will give the ER diagram also to you to go through that one. Because this was not created by you now. Someone was created now. Someone created means ER diagram will be there with them now. That ER diagram only they'll share it to you. Someone has created means it will be shared to you. So either the company team is going to share it to you. But in this case, I'm not having that ER diagram with me. Then if ER diagram is not available, then what you have to do is you have to create the ER diagram. How to create the ER diagram? Now here, what are the tables are there? These many tables are there. In this, what columns are there? Which are primary key? Which are foreign key? Which table connected to which table? What I know? Nothing I know. First time I'm seeing them. Suddenly I have joined today morning and they have given the database and this is the tables. I don't know anything. What we have to do then? First, we have to open the each and every table. So first I'll start with the actors table. I'll take a paper. In the top, I'll write the actors as the heading name. That is table name. In that, I will click on this. What are the columns are there? ID, first name, last name, gender. These are the columns, right? Now, okay, columns are completed. Table number 1. Now, which is primary key, which is foreign key? How I can know? Because ER diagram consists of column names, foreign key, primary key, and connection between them, arrow mark. Now, let us click on the ID. So here, ID is into data type PK, means it is the primary key. Okay, this is primary key. Okay, let me write PK. Done. Let's come to the next column. What is this column? First name. It is varchar of 100. But constraint is not there. Primary key also not there. No constraint, no key. Only data type is available. This one. Again, varchar of 100. No data type, no key. Next, this one. Char of 1. Either M letter or F letter. Okay, this is also not having any key, no constraint. Completed. Table was completed. Now foreign key. Is there any foreign key in this table? No. What are the things I required? Column names, primary key, foreign key. Completed. Now table number 2. Now table number 2. So table number 2, you should write side up, bottom up. I also don't know. Which table is connected to which table? How I can know before only? Sir, for example, you have taken side, sir. Assume this one more table you have drawn here, sir, somewhere. And this table has to be connected like this. In between, one table is there, here one table is there. Diagram will not look nice, no, sir. First time it may not look nice. Later I will do the fair now. Later I will bring which table is connected to which table. That tables I will keep side by side. Accordingly. First diagram only perfect diagram I have to get. First diagram may be like this. Connection might be like this. One more table will be connected to one more table like this. Maybe. This table is connected to this table like this. This table is connected to this table like this. Then what I'm going to do? Instead of drawing this table left side, right side, I will draw this table on the left side and I'll connect like this. Is the point is clear? That is second diagram. One more diagram I will draw. Okay, first time only no need of compulsory because first time only to draw perfectly. I know about this database. I don't know now. What tables are there? What columns are there? I only don't know. Then how I can write? Maybe if I open the directors. Now tell me guys, in these columns are there? How many columns would be there? Do you know? Maybe 10 might be there, 20 might be there, 100 columns might be there. Only 2 columns might be there. Who knows? What I know then? Nothing I know. Just basic I am starting. Later I will understand and according to that I will do the fair. Okay. Now I'm going to open this one. Okay. Table number 2. I will write side by side only in a paper. What are the notes I am having? First I will turn to the landscape. Instead of portrait. What are the notes, general notes, portrait mode we are going to write now? Instead of writing like this, because one table if there, last letters I have to adjust like this. Instead of my paper is this much of big one, I can clearly write very clearly. Letters also I can write clearly. Sir, if we write small letters which is not visible, what happens, sir? Now it is clear for me. After 10 days when I open, my notes I have to understand now. At that time I have written something. What is this? I should not feel like this, right? So in the clear way, I'll write in my notes. After 10 days, 20 days, if I open my notes also, it should be very clear for me, right? I'm going to take here directors, ID, first name, last name. Okay. Now, after this, first name, PK. Next, last name. No, nothing. Completed. Table completed. Any foreign key is there? No foreign key. Only one primary key is there. So sometimes two columns also primary keys will be there. Okay. So next column number 3. Table number 3. Director Jonas. Sir, why you are not writing side miss? Space is not there. Space is there available miss. There only I will write. I'm not writing bottom. Don't think bottom why you are writing. Space is not there. Okay. Director Jonas. or if you want, I'll write here. If you feel that they are connected to each other, before only miss, I'll write here. Okay. Director Jonas. What are the column names? Let us open the column names. Director ID. Next, genre. Prop. Okay. Let us click on this primary key. This is the primary key. Next, genre. This is also primary key along with the varchar pk also there. Pk. So 2 primary keys are there in this table. Huh? Possible. Two primary keys are possible. If while executing, you try. Whatever you are know or that you are remembering in the previous, whatever you have learned in the SQL, you are saying now today you try and tell me tomorrow. While creating that table, you create the 2 different columns as a primary key and tell me tomorrow. Okay. Prop. Okay. Now we are having like this. Once this is completed, now let us open the foreign key. Yes, foreign key is available. What is the foreign key I'm having is directors. So here director ID is the foreign key. So primary key, the same thing is considered as the foreign key also. Okay. So foreign key, it is connected to which column? To which one it has connected? Foreign key. Director ID is director ID arrow mark is to the ID. So which ID? Here 2 IDs are there. ID of this one is the ID also is there. 2 IDs are there. Which ID? To the director's ID. So this one has to be drawn to this one. Arrow mark is this way. Done. So like that, you start creating now this IMDb data set also I'm going to share it to you. You load this IMDb in your nodes, I mean in your database, and complete the database schema. That is your task number 2. First task is based on ER diagram, you have to draw the tables. You have to create the database and tables. Now tables are already available, ER diagram. Both are clear? 2 of them, 2 tasks are clear now. Complete both the tasks. Task number 1 is what are the photo you have taken in the PPT. For that photo, create the tables. Task number 2 is what are the IMDb I am going to share. For that, draw the ER diagram. Apart from these 2, what are in your mind questions are there now? Create all the questions. Create the questions and for that answers. And cross check. Practice, which is called as practice. What are the questions you are having? Everything will be uploaded. So whatever you have learned separately, that one we will discuss one by one. That is the reason I'm saying, as of now, instead of confusing with others, whatever you know before something, and you are discussing that one now. So what in the class, let us make discussion what we are discussing. After the class outside, you ask whatever you have learned separately, so that it will not be confused to others. You might get a clarity, but it will not be confused to others. I'm not saying that don't ask the question. Ask the question which we have not discussed in the class. So you are saying Microsoft SQL Server. Did I discuss that one in the class? You are telling so many. I'm also telling. What you are telling, I'm understanding. At the same time, I'm also telling for you, whatever we have discussed in the class, in that questions means ask. Other than whatever we have discussed in the class, you ask separately. I will discuss that one also, I'm saying. So you want to ask whatever that SQL server is there, and in that what are the keys are there, in that what are the composite keys, and what are the other type of keys are there, and that one, this one are correlated each other, and like this you want to discuss. And if I start answering that one, others has to get confused, right? Point is simple. Instead of that, we'll discuss one to one now. Finally your doubt has to be get clarified, right? That doubt has to be clarified in the class in between others only, or outside also okay. Simple point. If it is related to our subject means okay. If you are having something non-related to inside our concepts, you are asking something special means just we'll discuss others. That is the only thing. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, please. Sir, there is class tomorrow. There is no class tomorrow. Next class is on Monday. Saturday, Sundays, there is no class. We'll continue on the Monday. Next, second question. I want to pursue master. Which should I pursue to become the data analyst? MSc Business Analytics or MSc Data Science? If you want to become as a data analyst, out of both of them, you can choose any one of them. Choice is yours. That is not a problem. More particularly, business analyst will be more suited rather than MS Data Science, particular for data analyst role. MS data analytics, data analytics as exclusive data analytics is there or business analytics will be suited more. Done. Still, any questions? Yeah, there is no class tomorrow. Next class is on Monday. Else, anyone? Done? Yeah, please, I'm going to upload all the files. What are the notepad file along with the Word file, SQL file and installation file. What are the balance part of SQL is there? Everything will be uploaded. Just you can go through them. Okay. Still? Sir, when we work in the company, it is allowed for us to use the ChatGPT. Absolutely. In your own laptop, you can do anything. Either in the company's laptop, or if the company's laptop is not having the provision means, keep the company laptop side and keep your laptop also one side. In the company, in your laptop, open the ChatGPT. Okay. In the company's ChatGPT or Google, whatever you are using and trying to execute, they'll not think it is as a some kind of copying or something. Okay. Many things we are going to observe from the ChatGPT, or many things we are going to learn from the Google. That is not a problem. Still, any questions? Yeah, you can leave. If no questions, you can leave. Whoever are having the questions, please ask. Anyone want me to unmute? Anyone want me to unmute? Yeah, Chetan, what are the notes? Every notes, complete notes will be updated by 1 o'clock. By today, 1 o'clock, everything will be updated. Once this is updated, I will share the same thing in the Google Classroom. Immediately, you can cross check. Everything will be updated by 1 o'clock. Right? Done.